Sure, I'll do the opening language first. Pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, GL Chapter 30A, subsection 18, and the Governor's March 15, 2020 order imposing strict limitation on the number of people that may gather in one place, this meeting of the Easthampton Board of Public Works will be conducted via remote participation.
Thank you. Michelle, could we have a roll call for attendance?
Sure thing. Thomas Malsberry, Chair.
Present.
Austin Sanders, Member.
Present.
David Bagnan, Member.
Present.
Okay.
All right.
And then
I'm going to make a motion to open this Board of Public Works meeting on July 15th, 2020 at 5:05 p.m. via remote participation.
Second the motion to open the meeting.
All right. Have a
okay,
roll?
and then roll call. Thomas Malsberry, Chair.
Yes.
Austin Sanders, Member.
Yes.
David Bagnan, Member.
Yes.
All right. Our first standing item on the agenda is public speak, but we currently have no one joining us remotely via Zoom or call. Also, item number 2, we do not have the mayor joining us this evening. So I move to number 3, approval of the June 25th, 2020 minutes from our public hearing, our public rate hearing. Did you all have a chance to review those?
I did.
All right, then can I have a motion to approve them?
So
Second.
move.
All right.
So who's second? I didn't hear that. I'm sorry.
Austin, I mean. Austin.
Austin? Okay.
He's quit.
All right. Okay, roll call. Thomas Malsberry, Chair.
Yes.
Austin Sanders, Member.
Yes.
David Bagnan, Member.
Yes.
Okay. And they are recorded and we'll have them published on the clerk's website. Next item is the approval of our board meeting minutes from July 1st that Austin and I were present at. So Austin, would you like to motion to approve?
Second motion to approve.
All right.
Thomas Malsberry, Chair.
Yes.
Austin Sanders, Member.
Yes.
All right. Those are approved and will also be recorded. All right. So really the only thing with any meat on it on our agenda tonight, other than obviously the director's report, is I just wanted to get the ball rolling on you know, what the board wants to do moving forward for sort of a long-term plan for the rate structure, enterprise funds, and the long-term capital plan. I know we have the interim wastewater report, and we also have this rate study report that was given to the board in October. I want to sort of revisit all that, and we have some outstanding questions at the end of our February rate hearing that we suspended. We did get a lot of public comment, and there were a lot of questions raised, and I did have a request out to Ty and Bond to, you know, assist us with those questions on like the legality of enterprise funds. And, you know, they've been an institution in Massachusetts for about 20 years. So, you know, sort of what the legal standing was. We had some questions as to that. So I might pursue with them, with the board's permission and approval, to, you know, sort of request a memo, you know, outlining all the outstanding questions from the February public hearing, because those issues are only going to come up again in whatever version that we take again.
Yes.
And at the same time, I'm interested in also looking at some more modern options for how other communities are handling the same issues that we're handling. So I may request that they just sort of prepare a brief memo, nothing in detail. We have, from my understanding, I'm also going to check with Greg and the mayor. I believe we have a sort of an open consultation contract with them because at the end of the rate study, we had sort of exhausted that. So we had sort of gotten approved for an interim as needed consultant, which we may utilize for this if it works within that framework. So I was thinking of requesting having them sort of just prepare a brief of these are some other models that other communities that they work with are utilizing, and then we either as a board can research them or sort of send out some sort of formal request to either them or some other entities for input to the board for how to move forward. So that's sort of I just wanted to bring you guys up to speed what was in my head. And I don't think there's really much we should pursue other than gathering information until we have an official appointment of a DPW director. I know the job listing was posted and that's making its way through the process. So I'd like the board to be in a position that when there is a director appointed, we can all sort of hit the ground running, with that in plan. I feel like we've been a little slow to react. I know we're all a new board and it's been a very transitional year.
Yes.
But I would like to get our feet under us so whenever we can get moving, we can, have a course set. So.
Absolutely. I'm definitely interested in looking at more modern options to fund what we're going to.
I think we lost your audio, Dave.
Is it back by any chance?
Back, yeah.
I'm definitely interested in looking at more modern or all of our options.
Right.
Going forward.
Yeah, and I know there were some other, I don't think there was any addressed in the IWRMP report. I know they presented different stormwater model options, but I don't know if they're, I'd have to look back to see if they ever suggested reevaluating the water enterprise rate structure and the sewer rate enterprise structure. I just feel like if we're moving forward with one change, it's a good time to look at all of them, and see how they can work together.
I think that's a great idea to look at.
I mean, we may find what we have works best for a community our size, but I also don't want to just be going down the same road we've gone for the last 30 or 40 years when cost structures have changed, where before treating the water and sewer was the most expensive part, and now operating the DPW is, a cost in and of itself. So.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, so I will touch base with Greg and the mayor to see what options we have left in our current consulting contract, or if it needs to be something new, either before the board or however that gets requisitioned. But once I have permission to move forward, I'll keep the board up to date, and I'll at least reach out. I think getting the answers to the February public comment should still be covered under the existing contract we have with them, because it was part and parcel to that event. But I'll see if we can get any more information, for the board under that, or if not, I'll look into it myself. So, Greg, do you have any input on that, or?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Michelle, do you know? Did we carry that over to FY21 with time bond? Off the top of your head.
I'll have to double check with Christine, because she was the one that had the PO for that one.
Okay. Like I said,
I don't think if it was used up, then I think it's still open.
If not, we can open. It's easy enough to just continue and open another contract. We just have to determine how much money we wanted to vote to it right now. But
Yep.
That's a good deal.
all right.
Yeah, that wouldn't be an issue.
Like I said, we didn't need a decision now. I just sort of wanted to get everybody up to speed on my thoughts and where I'd like to see the board be ready, ready for the new director, and then maybe ready in the fall to start some public input and, not have to last minute it again, a couple days before the end of the fiscal year.
Yeah. No.
So I just want us to try and be a little more proactive, and that way we can give the community enough time to become educated in the issues themselves and feel that they're involved in the process. and give their input to it as well. So,
Yep.
but I think the first step is educating us on our options, so we know what way we want to pursue. All right. Any other thoughts, Austin, or proceed?
No, that sounds good to proceed.
Okay. All right. So then the last item on the agenda is director's report. How's the last 2 weeks treated the DPW?
It's been good. I mean, we're in real good shape, and then these thunderstorms, sidetrack and everything we're trying to do. But yesterday we had quite a bit of storm damage on East Street and Hendrick Street. We had a section closed for a while. The water department was operating on backup power till about 8 o'clock last night. But at the end of the day, it worked out fine. We had to go back to, I think it was 44 Hendrick Street, do some more storm cleanup today to get the rest of the tree out. So we had to clear out of there to let the power company do their part yesterday afternoon. But the highway guys got right on it and got it all cleaned up and the roads back open as quick as we could. So all in all, I think we were fairly fortunate. It wasn't anything too major, but it was definitely threw a wrench into things for yesterday. The outfall root cutting project is going to be finished tomorrow, which I'm really excited at. It was moving along great, and then the rain, that 10-wheel combo truck down into the easements. Of course, it didn't rain for 4 weeks until we had to get the thing into the woods, and of course that ended up getting a little challenging. We were able to get it done. They're over to Route 5 at this point, and just working on cutting roots between the two tracks and the where the pipe actually Connecticut River. So they're done tomorrow.
Greg, are they doing any of the cameraing work while they're doing the root cutting, or?
Yep, absolutely. I should have full. I need to get a portable hard drive tomorrow and try to get them to load it onto that. Load the video network on. The pipe looks good. I've checked in with the foreman down there almost every day, and you know, the biggest thing we need to start looking at, I think, like the next priority is going to be getting lined. Even if we just do the worst sections where the roots were the worst, so that we're not spending this, you know, large amount of money getting the roots cut out of it again in 5 or 6, 8 years. And it's in the IWRMP. I think the price tag on it's like $3.5 million to line the entire pipe. But in talking with the crew lead, the foreman on the root cutting work, we can just line a few sections of it. It's going to be a real beneficial thing for us.
Okay. Well, keep us informed. Thanks.
Yep. And then we've got some sewer work to do on Everett Street tomorrow, and most of the water and sewer guys out there. And last week we did a shutdown on Park Street, the tie-ins for the new school. It went fairly well. We had to shut down a larger section than we wanted to, but some of the inaccurate. We had to adapt and overcome, but we got it done. So that roundabout work there is moving along pretty good. So, but that's
There's a nice fire hydrant sticking up out of the over there.
Well, I think it's the one you're. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sitting over where they've been working. Yeah, we got to go get that. I want to. I take all the old ones because that's a Smith hydrant, and they're all over town. Cannibalize them, and we use
That's
a part.
pretty rusty.
Yeah, some of the internals though, are like once in a while a car will hit one and and it's a lot quicker and less expensive. Just swap a barrel over on one, then
Okay.
we save as much as we can. Plus, as old as those are getting old, and they're getting harder and harder to get parts for. But I got some guys on the water department crew that are really good at taking them apart and putting them back together. So.
Excellent.
So yeah, I think we managed to get two or three hydrants out of the Whitebrook project now, so that helped. But that's basically all I have for this week.
That's great. Good news. I'm glad to hear there were no major breaches in the outfall pipe.
Yeah, it really doesn't look bad. Some spots where it's been repaired, and you can actually see where my thought is that they relocated it when 91 went in, and then relocated it again when the power substation by the boat ramp was expanded or installed. We don't, I've never seen any records of that happening, but the pipe direction and material transitions under 91 and in the area of that substation. So that's the only thing I could think that they may have relocated it a couple times, you know, in those areas at some point in time.
Well, interesting.
Yeah, it's be neat to see. And boy, does it get deep on the other side of the train tracks. We opened a couple of those manholes today, and it's down there. But
Yeah,
it was loaded with roots right there where it dumps into the river. That was the worst spot so far, right about 15 feet before the outfall.
Yeah, those deep ones are fun to do entries in. We did the one project I work on where we did a pipe relining. Some of the manhole drops are like 75 feet.
Oh yeah, we're not that deep, but that's
a long way to go down on a string.
yeah. But the roots were so bad in that last manhole that you couldn't even hear the jetter coming at it. And you should be able to hear that thing. And they were so thick thrown in that you couldn't even hear it, and water wouldn't even flow by from the jetter. So they had to actually climb in and cut some of them out by hand. But they got it, and we got it. Tomorrow it'll be, I'm really looking forward to him telling me it's done tomorrow. So that's been a long time coming. It's been a challenging pandemic too, just in the procurement of it and getting it funded and getting it done. So that's a really good feeling to have that getting wrapped up.
You know, it's been almost actually just about a year, right? Because it was about
yeah, I want to say it was last July when we first noticed
when we switched over to the emergency discharge.
Yeah, the imminent failure there, and then that led to finding the washout and then the root problem. And at the end of the day, I think we really got to look at lining at least the worst sections of that, and finding a way to fund it and do it. But
yep, that's what I want to get the priority list reset and make a plan for all these. You know, preventative is much better than emergency. So
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you for the report, Greg.
Yep.
Other than that, I think we're pretty much wrapped up what I wanted to cover. I'll make a motion to adjourn this meeting of the Board of Public Works.
Second the motion to adjourn.
All right, Michelle, we're all set for a roll call vote?
Okay. Thomas Malsbury, Chair.
Yes.
Austin Sanders, member.
Yes.
David Spagnan, member.
Yes.
All right. Well,
Motion carries.
thank you all for your time, and we'll see you for our August meeting. And I'll send out the details.
August 1st? Yeah. Or no, August 5th will be the next meeting.
Okay. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Good night.